Today is the last day. I'm all a bit sad.
The last day of our lockdown breakfast special. Yeah, it is. Wow, what an adventure. What a journey it's been. It's been a unique opportunity for us to reach out as an iwi station to wrap around our listeners as best as we could. And we used you, Sian, as one of our secret weapons in the fight against the insanity you know, the problems that would inherently roll out when you're confined and locked down in a situation where you've never been put in before. And you have been, we played that card so well over these last 7 weeks, and we really have to say thank you to you for giving us all of the advice that you have. And if we can, let's just recap. We switched it up. We changed up the advice that we were giving because we needed to change, and that's...
Well, that's right. Every day there was a different focus, wasn't there? And we were learning things, and they were like waves coming off the beach. You know, they just didn't seem to stop. It's interesting because, you know, I knew it today was the last time, so I too have gone through all of my notes and I've just, you know, reviewed what the journey was. I did that last night before I went to bed. And the main focus that we had in the very early weeks was about fear, actually. Yeah? The fear of the unknown and the fear of control being taken away from us. Could we trust our government? Could we trust our community to behave? Could we trust ourselves to be able to stick to these rules? And while we were asking all of those, because that's what was in our face, you know, the media were telling us, the world was telling us this is what we had to do, while at the same time, we were then having to manage what the reality was of happening in our daily lives. Yeah, the fear of losing a job, the fear of literally everybody. How the hell are we all going to cope under one roof? Yeah, I love them all dearly, but how am I going to cope with it? So it was fundamentally fear that we were talking about in different guises. And as we come to the end of this chapter, and I think that's, you know, I was thinking a lot about what I wanted to say and share with you today, and we have a lot to celebrate. We have a lot to celebrate about this, I'm not going to call it an experiment, this process that I have had the honour to go through with the two of you and with your listeners. But it was a situational opportunity, wasn't it, that I think we all had the courage to just grab and say, okay, we believe there's a need to do this, so let's just all lean in and do it. And I suppose that, again, it was us collectively staring down that fear, yeah? And I hope that is what we've challenged every day in different ways by what we've spoken about, that fear is a very real human process, right? We need it. It keeps us safe. It's how we work out whether or not to touch the fire or not. Yeah, we're made to do it. But in these situations, we don't know what the fire looks like. We don't know that it's hot. We don't know when it's going to stop burning. We don't know nothing about it. Yeah. And what I want to say is that as we come to the end of this chapter, I think we've had some real conversations. There's been some vulnerability. I hope I have been as honest as I can, but just because I'm seen as somebody that has value in what I can say doesn't mean that I've got it all right. None of us have, yeah? So the two things that I want people to be thinking about after we finish this is the courage that we had to actually do this creatively, just throw ourselves in there and have the courage to do it. And I hope that inspires other people in whatever area that they're challenged at the moment, that just have the courage to stare down that fear and say, this is the right thing to do, so we're going to take a step forward and do it. I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I could tell you. I don't know. But there's a lot more tough challenges ahead of us, yeah? People's lives haven't even begun to be settled and have some fundamental safety in them, frankly. You're right, this is the end of one part. But I very, very much hope that all of us, you know, the three of us, either collectively or individually, we don't stop doing what we're doing. So, Rena, you know, I want you to go back into the council and to start, you know, seriously finding your voice, having your opinion, sharing what you know. You're a wise, wise man, yeah? And your community needs it, yeah? Same with you, Murdoch. Going out there and knowing what you know. Isn't it bizarre when we look back at our lives, we have experience and we never really know what's it for? Why did I do that? Why did I need to go through that life experience? Well, the two of you have just literally lived what your careers were about. Yeah? Everything you did and learned in your lives was about what you've done for the last 5 weeks. It's not about, patting you both on the head or feeding your egos. You're both men. I probably don't need to feed your egos. Most men I know are pretty good at doing that as well. My point is that this is about collectively all of us saying, what have I learned in this situation about myself? Yeah. Where did I have life learning that I was able to contribute to make a positive? Yeah. To make something move forward. And I know it sounds in some ways like a big concept, but it isn't. It's just about standing there and saying to yourself, right, I did those 4 things. I did it. Yeah. I made it happen. I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't have permission. I didn't have anything. I did it because I believed it was the right thing to do it. And I was using my life skills to contribute to the care and protection of other people. That's my language. Because that's what we've all done. And you're right, yes, maybe I do have that experience. We could debate whether or not I have the right, but I certainly have that experience. And my point is that I really want people to start digging deep and having confidence in who you are. Because the world is still going to get tough, okay? Mm-hmm. Level 2 might bring a little bit of sunshine, but the world is going to go to hell in a handbag, right? We haven't even begun to seriously deal with what is both emotionally and financially going to happen to the world that we knew 2 months ago, okay? I don't want to frighten people, but that is the reality. So what I'm saying is, let's all take a deep breath now, dig deep, and start knowing who you are so you can rely on those values. You can rely on who you are and how you want to contribute. So when I'm saying to you both, let's stop, learn what you've learned from this, and what bits of it am I going to do when I'm not in lockdown, yeah? So we might be talking about somebody who's been visiting 2 or 3 people and doing their shopping and whatever, right? Now, maybe those needs aren't going to be so in your face. But so how can I, that individual person, they look at that and they think, right, well, that's what I contributed and that's what I did. Well, that avenue is not needed anymore. But I've learned how to do this. So where can I go and do that now? You see what I'm saying? Yeah? It's about not stopping what we've learned and changed and all that good stuff. It's about owning it and finding, right, well, where else can I do it? Yeah? Where can I keep developing as a human being and making myself feel good because I'm contributing?
Yep.
Reno, you're very quiet.
You've opened me up to talk about how I've experienced this time. You've shared your experiences with it as well. Thrown in some tough questions here, my friend, but it's been a good journey. And
it takes courage, doesn't it, Reno? It takes courage to be in that leadership position, because you're in a leadership position, both of you. You have a platform to have a voice. The whole radio station does. So, and it takes courage to be able to do that. And what I'm saying is, everybody who's gone out there and done things that they never thought were ever going to happen, yeah? Don't, when these levels start disappearing, start thinking, I'm not going to do that anymore. Because the world is going to need more of it, not less of it. Yeah? We're only at the beginning of this change. And so, and it's as an individual, you have to stop and think to yourself, right, what am I going to contribute? Just hold on to those things that made you feel like you were being a good human being and you were contributing, yes? And it made you feel good about who you are as an individual. Grab hold of that, yeah? Yep. Don't just push it aside and say, oh, well, I just did it. Well, you did do it. So how can you grow that part of it? It's about contribution, and that's how we make communities.
Absolutely.
And our communities are going to go through very, 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 very tough times. Psychologically, we're all in for a big battle, and we need to support each other in every single way we can.
Yeah. Even though this is probably going to be our last conversation, I'm sure that the conversations that we have had with you and the advice that you've given is going to resonate far beyond today and this period in this time. We're just so grateful that we've been able to tap into someone that has been able to share and so freely and unconditionally with the advice that you've been able to share with our audience and ourselves as well, because obviously you're going to pose questions that make us think about who we are. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to share you with our whānau listening across Hauraki. I've told you this before. You are a part of our tribe. We are taking you and your whānau and wrapping around you as one of us.
Thank you, darlings. Off you go. Go and fight the good fight. I'm sending my love to all the listeners. We can do this, okay? You're going to be okay. There's going to be change. There's going to be challenge. But we can do this, yeah? We can do this. Hold on to who you are. Hold tight the people that you love. And it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And thank you. It has been an absolute privilege and something that I will remember for the rest of my life.